What's up everybody, Will Borza here, the LA recordist. It's the analog vlog. It's a vlog. Analog. I heard a fantastic metaphor on Ian Shepherd's website, productionadvice.co.uk. If you really want to dive down the rabbit hole that is mastering engineer, you gotta go to that website. Loosely paraphrased, Ian says that mastering is the Photoshop of audio. You see, with photography, you buy the best camera you can possibly afford with the best lenses you can possibly afford. You go out and you scout a beautiful location and you make sure the lighting is absolutely perfect. You focus in on your subject and then you take a whole bunch of pictures from a whole bunch of different angles and you sort through them all and figure out which one picture is the best picture. In audio, it's much the same. You find the best microphone you can buy, you get the best room sound that you can afford, and then you tweak the gain and the EQ and the compression until your subject is perfectly in the audio frame, and then you take a whole bunch of takes and you sort through them all and you figure out which was the one best take. If that's all you did in audio, you wouldn't be done yet. You still need to mix it, you still need to master it. In photography, you're also not done yet, because once you find your best picture, you take that picture into Photoshop. That's when you start messing with gamma and white balance and brightness and exposure and color correction and all that stuff. And really, to get the best photo you can, the camera and the lighting and the subject is only half the job. You still have to take it to Photoshop and make it really pop. In audio, it's no different. You take your best raw recording, you bring it into a digital audio workstation, you mix it in with the rest of the track, and then hopefully you get it mastered. In audio mastering, it's much the same as Photoshop. You take a really good picture, you take a really good mix, but then you figure out what you need to make it better. Small moves with EQ, small moves with compression, saturation, that kind of stuff, to really make that individual audio picture pop. So if a mastering engineer is much like a photo editor using Photoshop, what is Landr? Technically speaking, if you're not familiar with Landr, Landr is a digital platform where you upload the file and it masters your music and it spits out an audio file that's louder and more compressed, and they have some magic juju that they use behind the scenes to pop up the EQ in certain spaces to make it more exciting. So if a mastering engineer mastering audio is much like a Photoshop expert tweaking the last details of a great photograph, Landr would be much more like an Instagram filter. There are very few options. There are definitely artistic colors you can use, but at the end of the day, you're very much limited by what Instagram can offer. And an Instagram photo, which is only going to ever show up about that big on a screen, can never compare to a full professional print. In a lot of cases, Landr is a good thing, just like Instagram is a good thing. You don't want to spend hours tweaking the fine details of every photo of every piece of food that you take. Just like if you're a production artist and you're spitting out 5 or 10 beats every day, you don't need to take the time to have a mastering engineer sit down and listen to every single one. It's probably just fine to send it through Landr, just as it's probably just fine to send it through Instagram filters. But for the important projects, for the projects that you really want to focus on, those are the ones that you want to get professionally mastered by a real mastering engineer. Don't leave it up to chance. Don't take your baby, this project that you've been working on for months at a time, and leave it up to a computer algorithm to figure out every fine detail. A computer algorithm cannot hear. And the most important role of a mastering engineer is to be extra ears. Thank you for watching. My name is Will Borza. I am the LA recordist. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.